Hi everyone. So again, I wanted to do a walkthrough of the platform because a lot of things have changed, updated in the new modules I've added over past few weeks. And rather than responding to everyone for their different queries one by one, it's best to have a consolidated walkthrough for everyone. So all of you guys know that our platform starts from this very page where we get our chart loaded. So this ticker thing comes from Yahoo Finance. So you go to Yahoo Finance, get the ticker, click load chart, and it will populate the chart here. So after the update that I've pushed recently, I guess yesterday or today, you'll see a Gantt fan has been added. You will see all the planetary tools are now aligned here, and Idiot Wave has been added. You can now change the background and all the colors on the chart, and historical chart data or cycles, I must say, has been added. So for this purposes, what I would recommend to you guys to do is use this option here, and you can load all the historical data that you have with you on the chart rather than using limited data that comes from Yahoo Finance. So I'll click choose, click data to, and I'll open. And just in case if you want to know how you want to make your CSV file, so the template is down there. You click it, your template will save, and you can use that template uh, to populate your data in there. So once your chart is uploaded here, which I don't think is, if I click load, yeah, it's uploaded now. So this is a real instrument. I won't name it here, but I've changed the price so that I hope no one will get it, because when we'll do a lot of analysis in there, I don't want to give the results out to the people who don't have the access to the platform, which would be highly unfair to you guys. But anyways, now that we load the data, the first and the foremost thing that we do is click on this auto pivot thing. So once our pivots are in the place automatically, what I recommend is we go back and we just quickly look across, like if we are missing few good pivots, not in this speed obviously, but like in here, this would have been a pivot that is missed. So you click on this plus thing, click here, pivot will be in place. Click on this icon, it will deselect. So to add in a pivot, you need to click on this button or key I on your keyboard, and to deselect is key V on your keyboard. V as in victory, I as in Iceland. So like in here, we can add in pivots. I'll click V again. So I'm just roughly going through it, but you need to spend a bit of time because this file gets saved. It's not like you have to do over and over again. So please spend a bit of time on this one, but you get the gist of it. So now our pivots are in. So next thing I'll do is click on this one, click on export to JSON. If I still have to work, I'll save it as a draft, and I can load the draft to complete my pivots later on if I come back to it. But for now, suppose everything is done, we click on JSON and it gets exported. And recently I've added modules in here, so you can add planetary lines, planetary aspects. I won't show this one here, but you who have the access in elite tier, you'll click it and you'll see why I'm not showing it uh, in the video. It's quite easy to replicate, nothing major, but it's something that no one have thought before, so let's keep it between us. Planetary focus, this tool, you select planet. In this case it's just like Jupiter and Saturn are selected, so I'll click on find dates, and I got these dates in here. So you need to note these dates, and I'll tell you uh, the instrument, and you can go check the live chart of that instrument on these dates. So you'll really like this planetary focus thing. Anyways, other than that, Planetary timelines is something I've added new heliocycles on a special number basis. I will not disclose how they are done, but you just need to click on that. You'll get a lot of lines, and the more cycles align, it would be more important. But you can test these ones on your own. And the Elliott wave here, so you just need to click on wave, so it will draw the waves. Anyways, now our main point was having the JSON saved. Now that is saved, you can go into your COR, which should be not the first step, but anyways. So you go into your workspace, you click on load from JSON, you go to downloads, you open this and you do this. And you, let's say, give 2016, select your planet, in this case let's say moon, and click cycles, and it will give the cycles in this form. And you can click on see your report and it will export it. And this is the multiplier here. The moment you change it, your reports will keep on changing, right? But this is a lot of work. You need to know this number here, which everyone is after. So what we do is we go to auto hunter here, right? And you have like a lunar cycles in here and you have COR cycles in here. I would first like to clarify one thing, that these lunar cycles and COR analysis are not exactly or per se not the same in any shape or form for the COR or lunar cycles. I have done it my way, and I don't use whatever is in the public domain for these COR cycles and COR analysis. That is why you can see my maximum cycle multiplier goes till 1000, right? So this is not something that is everyone knows about. So again, let's do the lunar one. We'll click on the import JSON, and you see we have added our JSON here. I'll open this, and it says that 303 pivots were loaded in there. So I will use all pivots, or make sure you use all pivots all the time, right? And I'll give the orb, right? And I'll click on minimum multiplier, because I know that there's no need of using multiplier of 1 for moon, right? And I can go as far as 1000, and I can click on start hunt, and it will hunt the cycles for me. And there we are. So it has done all the cycles for us automatically. So now, based on this minimal data, we can see that for moon, 31 is the multiplier that gives us 70% accuracy, right? This is how you get to know the number for your this COR. So in this case, this would be 31, right? For that particular instrument. It's not 100% accurate, but it has given you some range that 31 is something that is reasonable number, right? And what you can do then is you can just click on plot, and it will take you back here. You click on this, choose data to load, and it will give you the pivots like this, right? As you said, 31 was the number that we found in there. And then we can go on and look on to the real price data, because we can see that we know that is 2023 data, which is already done, so we can see how well it performed, right? This is just automatic, but the key thing is 31 in here, right? And for the polarity, right? Here we are just focused upon on these dates. This doesn't mean if it shows 4 as a high in instrument it will be high, because it's not taking the input from the back where the pivots were, right? So the polarity is not continued, right? So if this is, if you go to the chart, this is low, this is going to be high, low, high, low, right? So the polarity will flip based on the whatever the real market is doing, right? Because as I said, it's not continuing its sequence from past data. That's why it comes up like this, right? So you don't need to fixate that if it's saying high on the fourth, it has to be high. It won't be high, right? And so on and so forth. So that is how you use your uh, auto hunter, right? And then you have another tool here, advanced cycles, right? In this one again you can download your template file, but it says here you need date, open, high, low, and close. So data 2, then again I'll do is like in this one, the difference in this one, you don't need to do the JSON, mark the pivots and all that stuff, right? But in this one we have 2023 in there because we know the data ends at 31st December 2022. And for moon we can say swing bars to be, let's say 3, and so 5 pivots a month, or 5 pivots a month, and click on hunt cycles. This basically does all the working on its own, so this won't give you crystal clear results, so this can be a bit shaky. So I wouldn't recommend this using alone on its own, because as I said, it's just using the raw data. What you need to do is you need to do from the pivot finder portal first, where you can manually punch in the missing pivots, so you have a really clean set of data to work on. This one is a raw data, so we can't, you know, rely on that. But uh, for starting point, if we use this one and if we come up with something useful, it saves a lot of time doing everything manually and all that, even though that doesn't takes that much time, but this one is a quick one. So it's taking a bit of time, so we can leave this one. But while we were on the the JSON thing, what we'll do is I will import the JSON here now. It was this one, and for moon we know 31 was our multiply, and 2017, let's say, and settings is moon, and I'll click on cycles, which is fair enough. We don't have data, which is fine. I just need to see. Okay, so what I can do is I'll do is 215 here, and I'll go with cycles. Yes. So now I'll click on CUR report. It will export the report. I will open it, and there you go. All your cycles are in here, right? I have no idea like how the access works, but for admin I've given a lot of room in there to go as maximum out as it can go. But here you see you can now easily use these data points to project, and just in case you can see here something is missing, so you can easily go in there and just quickly mark it here. But more often than not, this number here that we found 31 will give you good results. Another person might have a different number for same instrument, but your results will line up. That's why I don't believe in the regular CUR data that is out there, right? So this is done. What else you could use is a daily price level things. This is a new module that I've added. So on any day, you just need to add your opening price and calculate the levels. It will give you levels. It works very nice. These are the normal modules. What else I have added is this bit here. Yep. Again, we got our data here. We'll analyze it. For whatever this is, you can see that for this instrument, when Venus and Uranus are trine, right? And I'll just zoom in, right? And when the trine is exact, right? This instrument goes up, right? So rather than wasting your time for this instrument on all other aspects, you'll know like, okay, this aspect of this planet pair works on this instrument. This doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, doesn't work. And you can find like, okay, when the next trine is coming up in here, we can see this is the exact date, right? So it's self-explanatory from that point onward. What else is, I don't know if you have this indicator here, but it helps you create the indicators on your own. And this moon intraday, for this you will need intraday file from downloaded from TradingView. So what I will do is I'll download file and I'll resume then. Okay, so I've downloaded the file intraday data 2, and I will select in this one minimum, let's say I'll do this one and the forwarded hours, how many hours you need, and I'll run analysis. And you see it's going to go through these many candles of 30 minutes, and it's going to take a bit of time to give me results. So I'll pause in meanwhile. When it gives me results, I'll resume then. Okay, so it is done. So in all those data points, it has found 8 buy signals, 7 sell signals, and you can see that moon with sun for this instrument is a mixed buy, sell is average, and this one is a good, you see. So Mercury conjunction with moon for this particular pair is a 60% buy signal. So this sort of analysis helps you to do your day trading, and similarly goes for daily aspects and all that stuff. What else is a bit different from regular stuff? Solar is just dates that you need to be very aware of, nothing major in there. And yep, yearly time loads, I'm working on it, so once it's done, I'll make a video of that. But other than that, this is everything that one needs to know. Again, cycles research, it does a research on angulars, ingress, degrees, retrograde. Quite simple, just upload your data file in here, which is like this, right? If you want to do the angulars, you need to select 2 planets, right? If you want to ingress, which ingress planet you want to see for the impacts of this. For degrees, you need to select the planets in here which are important for that. Retrograde, how it impacts to the retrograde of this, and it will give you analysis, predictions, and historical backdrop, like how it performed in the past. So all in all, this is how it works in a very crude way. But if you have any other questions on any other thing related to the platform, do reach me out. But I'm sure for these modules that are a bit like out of the like not the regular ones, which I think would need you to have some a video or assistance on that one. So rather than replying everyone over the emails, I guess this would serve to all of you guys, because I know a lot of you guys started somewhere else, so I've been responding them to the other areas how they work. Some of you are working on the cycle stuff, So I've been responding them on that side of stuff. So I guess if we have this video in place for all our members, so this would greatly help you all whenever you reach to that specific a certain portion of your journey. So that's about it. And even if still you got any questions, you can reach me out. And if I see a lot of people are coming for the same sort of uh, problem area, what I'll do is like I'll make another video for that problem area. So that will help me and help you save your time to come back to that. And for the new members, they have that resolved already, right? So thanks a lot for all of the members. And yes, I'm not opening those registrations again. Uh, will they be opened? I don't think so. I'm not going to open any new registrations now. So whoever got in will stay in, other than if someone comes through a reference, or if someone I know personally. But other than that, if someone is going to sign up, I'm just straight down going to reject that. So uh, that's why I didn't make any public announcement on that. I don't want any other person ever coming to the project. Whoever got in, got in. I'm least concerned, as I mentioned before. This is not for an income purposes. This is something that I wanted to for myself, right? So the more people will come up, it will consume much more time of me, which I don't want to spend other than the things I want to spend on. So yeah, it's closed for a lot of people who have been sending me messages. My friend applied and this and that. I'm not accepting any new signups on for a foreseeable future for next 2 3 years. No, no, I'm happy with a lot of people that I have already with me. So thanks a lot, guys. Again, if you have any other questions, do drop me a line. I'll get back to you. And good luck.